GitHub is a source code hosting platform for version control and collaboration. So what does this means? Like you can keep your code on cloud and you can or someone else can work on the same code together. This video will help you even if you are an absolute beginner. So don't worry, let's just start with the course. So I am sure after watching this video, you will be able to create your GitHub account. You can create your own GitHub repositories. You can install Git client, like it is a client tool. Then you can initialize a folder or a project on GitHub for collaboration. And also you can link any local project. You will be requiring a GitHub account. So let us first create a GitHub account. So I already have an account, but if you don't have an account, don't worry. I will be guiding you how you can create your own account on GitHub. So for that, you will be needing like this address, that is github.com/signup. So there you will need to provide your email address. Okay, so since my email address is already registered, so I'm going to pick some temporary email address. So let's suppose I'm going to enter this email address here. So just type your own email address here and then click on continue. Now you need to create a password also. So I'm going to create a password. Now click on continue. Then enter a username. Like you have to create a username. So this username will be usable next time you are going to use the GitHub. So I'm going to create something like Octave or Octave-demo. It will say like if that username is available or not. So you will be needing this particular username later. So remember this username. So I'm going to paste it in the address bar for now. Now click on continue. So it is asking like, would you like to receive product updates and announcements? So you can do anything, like if you want, you can type yes or no, anything like that. Now it will ask to verify your account. So it's not doing anything. No problem. Just create account button. Okay. Now it is giving some error. Unable to verify your captcha response. Please visit this for more information. Okay, no problem. Okay, so this time it is asking for captcha. That time don't know why it was not giving any captcha. So we can reload it from here. Now it is asking to click start puzzle. Okay, now it is asking like there is a puzzle, you have to solve it by your own. Now it is asking to pick one square that shows two identical objects. So in this case it is like this. Then the second question is also the same, so you have to identify the same object like this. Now it is done and you can click on create account. So yep, here it has sent some OTP on the email address which we have used. So in this case, if you have used your own ID, you can just log into your email ID and you can just get that OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP here. Yeah, so in this case, this one is the OTP. Just paste it here. And now that's all. So it will ask a couple of questions like who will be using this. So you can say that just me, and are you a student or a teacher? So you can say anything like, or you can just click on continue also. Also, you don't need to do anything here. If you want, you can select your relevant options. I don't want to select anyone. I just simply going to click on continue. So now it will be asking like where teams collaborate and ship, like what plan you want. So I'm going with the free plan. So just click on continue. And that's all. You have created your own account on GitHub. to use GitHub in your project so that anyone else can access that source code and contribute to your project, you have to first create a repository on GitHub. So let us first create a repository on GitHub. So for that, just click on this plus icon. So make sure you are logged in. So since I have just registered, so I am logged in. So if you are not logged in, you won't see this kind of options. So make sure you are logged in or signed into the GitHub. Now to create a repository, you can click on this arrow and click on this new repository. Now once you click that, it will ask you few questions. So what is the name of the repository you want to give? So in my case, I just want to give it some project name like demo project. Okay, and now you can provide some description, though it is optional, but you can provide any description. So a demo project, and you want to make that repository as public or private. So public means anyone can access that repository, but you can choose whosoever want to commit any change in your branch or in your repository. And private means only you can able to see that branch and you can able to commit your changes. Okay, now this option is like add a readme file. So this readme file actually if you want to uh, create some documentation for the repository, you can opt for this add a readme file. Otherwise it is it is up to you, it is optional. So I'm just ignoring this for now. Now the next thing is add.gitignore file. So let me first tell what is .gitignore file. So in any project, you must have seen like there are some files that actually need not to be uploaded to the server or kind of that. So for example, if you are working on VS Code on any project, then you must have seen there is a hidden folder created .vs code. So that folder actually need not to upload on server. It is a user file, user specific file. So you can specify that particular hidden folder inside the gitignore file. Okay, so you can specify what type of gitignore file you want. So you can either select none or you can select any option from this list. Okay, so if let's suppose you are going to work on any Angular project or React project, you can simply go with the node template is here. So you can use this. And then this is license part. So if you want to specify some licensing, then you can just choose any option as per your requirement. Now once you have done everything, click on the create repository button and it will be creating your repository. So let's wait. Yeah, now it is created. See, this is your username, this is your repository name, and here it is a branch. So you can create multiple other branches also. Like by default, this is a main branch. This badge is showing that it is a default branch. If you want to create any new branch, you can just type the name here like development branch. So you can just simply type dev and you can click this option, create branch dev from main. So you can click on this button and then this dev branch will be created. So you will see there is two branches now, main and dev. So this tick is showing that the dev branch is active branch. If you click on main, then main branch will be active branch. Okay. Okay, so since we have created a repository on the GitHub, now we must be requiring to push or upload our project onto the GitHub. Okay, so to upload your code or upload your project onto GitHub, you will be needing a utility that is called GitHub SCM, like GitHub Source Code Manager. Maybe I would be wrong with the abbreviation, but for that you will be needing to download this particular utility from this URL. Don't worry, I will be pasting this URL in the description. So based on your architecture, your PC's architecture, you can click on this particular link to download that exe. And after downloading the exe, you can just install that particular software by following on-screen instructions. Okay, so since it is already installed in my system, so I'm not going to show how you can install that. But yeah, it is very simple or very easy step. You can simply download it and install it by your own. Now, once you have installed that, you simply need to open the command prompt. Okay. Now in command prompt, you can just type git space version. So you will see this kind of thing. Like in my system, it is version 2.39.0. Okay. it might vary in your PC, but if this particular thing is not there, you are getting some other error or anything, you need to reinstall that, or maybe you can just tell me in the comment. I will help you over there. We are going to create a new project. Like I'm going to show like how you can link your project with GitHub. So I'm going to create a new project, and it is a simple project, HTML project. So for that, I'm going to create a new folder. Maybe I can give that folder name as my demo project. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. So this is going to be the project name, and it is also the root folder of the project. So let's go inside this project, and let's create one HTML file. So maybe we can do this in VS Code, or no problem. You might not have that VS Code, so don't worry about that. I'm going to create a new simple file, that is a text file, and we are going to rename the file and file extension to index.html. So you can just click on yes. So it is going to create a new HTML file. Now you just need to open this file in a notepad. So right click and choose notepad here. All right. So in this notepad, you can type your HTML coding like HTML, whatever you want to do in this particular file. Now after doing that file change, you can just save it and close it. Okay, now you might have seen like in projects there are some different folders as well, like CSS folder, and then we can have JS folder for JavaScripts. So any number of folder you can create. Let's create a file also inside the CSS and JS folders. So the file, like let me create the text document, and we will be renaming it later. So it will be style.css file. Inside this JS also, like let's create a new file and name it to script.js. Okay, so now inside our project we do have three files, like two folders, and one file in the root directory, then one file into CSS and one file into JS folder. Okay, so this, let's suppose this is our project and we want to share this project, or we want this project to be available on the GitHub so that anyone can okay, so we have initialized GitHub repository, and in this particular project root directory, it is available. Now, I have drafted up. If you want to keep like this project for your it is guide for me, then you can simply also find the same thing in GitHub and description. You can access that from anywhere. We have initiated the Git inside the root project. The question is how you can. Now we need to add all the files to. So the very first thing not like is it will be, you have to link this particular project. It is not going to be uploaded on the, to do that, internet. Simply open the command prompt in this particular directory to Git SGSM. So to open the command prompt here, you simply click on the address bar, add, then clear everything. Dot means everything, and type from the root directory. So after typing this command, hit enter. Now, so all the files will be added open in the same Git directory, that is my demo project. Now, if you want to check what all files are there in Git, so you can just type git space status command and hit enter. So you will see there is a file CSS, style.css, index.html, and script.js. Okay, so these three files are there. Now you will need to run this particular command, that is commit. Like you need to run this commit command, okay, to commit your changes. So let us just type that command, git space commit space -m. So this -m specify like what message you want to give for this commit. So it is required actually. So please give some meaningful message here. So let's suppose I'm going to give it initial commit. Okay, after typing this message, you can click on enter. So you will see 3 files changed, 3 insertions. Okay, like these are the files that are committed. Now if you see again git status, you will see on branch nothing to commit, like everything is committed on the branch, and it is local, it is not on the internet. Now it is on your local machine. Okay, so to upload these things on github.com, you have to use this line. Okay, so this command you need to use. I will be just copy paste this command here. Okay, so you need to provide the username. So let's give the username as, so use your username only, and then repository name. So whatever, what was the repository name, let us check on the this browser. So it is demo-project. So you need to give exact same repository name, like demo-project. Okay, now once done, you need to hit enter. Okay, now this command is executed. After that, you need to push your changes onto the GitHub. So after pushing this GitHub, your code will be uploaded to GitHub. Okay, so to push the changes, git space push, okay, -u, and then origin, and which branch you want to use to, like in which branch you want this code to be pushed. So you have to specify that branch. So I just want to push this onto the main branch. So hit enter. So it is failed, and it is giving some error like failed to push some refs to https this. Okay, uh, mm, mm, mm. Let's check what is the issue. Let's use git push. Okay, let's give some other branch name for now. So origin master, and not master, let's give some name as maybe master. Yep. Okay, so it is asking could not find UI helper github.ui, select authentication method. So I want to authenticate using web browser. Okay, so just hit enter, or press 1. Okay, so it will open up the browser and authenticate itself. Like you have to just click on authorize button here. So it will automatically logged in through your command prompt. So it has authenticated using your web browser. It is now saying like you may now close this tab and return to the application. So you can close this tab and go to the command prompt. Okay, now it is saying some error, that is okay, I have given some wrong username maybe. Yeah, okay, so no problem, we need to remove this origin and do it again. So to remove the origin, we have to write git then remove origin. Okay, the origin is now removed. Now we have to again use the same command with correct username and current repository name. So git octave underscore demo, octave hyphen demo, not underscore, then repository name is demo project, demo hyphen project. You can see the project name here itself, like demo hyphen project, and the username is this, or you can also see the username here also, sign in as. So let me now hit enter, and now we can push this. So git space push -u origin main. Let's push again in main. Let's see what happens. No, it's not working. Then let's use master. Use 1 again. Yeah, it is authenticated now. Yeah, see, it is completed, like branch master set up to the track origin master. Now if you see, there is a third branch that is created, that is master here. So if you click on master tab, see, all your changes are now on GitHub. So whosoever wants to work on this particular repository, you can just share the repository URL, that is this, to someone. They can work, or they can create, like you have to give access to that person. or if they don't have access to this repository, they can simply create another repository, and that is called as fork. So they can fork to your repository, and you can merge those changes to this particular repository. Don't worry, it will be a new term for the absolute beginners. So maybe I will be creating another video on how to fork or how to merge or how to like pull request on GitHub. Okay, so till now, thanks for watching this video.